So, Butterford. It's nice. Completely different to a VAG, which I've had before, but it's just nice. It's filthy right now, this time of year, as you'd expect. But it's just nice. The exhaust tip definitely needs cleaning. Going over, polishing. But yeah, it's a facelift Mark III or Mark 3.5. Focus ST 250, ST3. I think that's top of the range. So, yeah, it's alright. It's wrapped army green, obviously, but got reverse camera there. It is white. See, it is white. Umbrella. Yeah, it's alright. See these? Oh, that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's got the leather Recaros. As you can see, it says Recaro quite prominently. Dad life. Oh. Yeah, obviously white. Leather Recaros. Got all that malarkey. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's a Focus SC, isn't it? They have a cult following. I'm quite excited to. Yeah, I'm quite excited to know what the following's like. You know, the clubs and the meets and all that kind of stuff. I know obviously they get a bad rep, the ASBO rep, but they're all right, aren't they? Because I wasn't too impressed with the VAG life. The cars are absolutely fantastic, don't get it wrong, but the following's a bit. Let's meet in Tesco car park, yeah. Nah. I know there's a lot of this with everything, but there seems to be a lot more owners groups and clubs and everything like that when it comes to Ford, because I know there is a cult following with that badge. Anyway, so what's going to be with this? So obviously it's army wrap green. I bought it like this. You can see it's got bits on it which are coming off, and well, not coming off, but that's obviously loading marks. There's a scratch over there. Where's the other one? I think it's here. There. That's where the wrap's been scratched. I'm not sure whether to take the wrap off and keep it, you know, sexy white, because they do look good in this colour, or yes, they do look nice in white. I like how that lights up as well. The pedals are nice. I like the dash layout, and that thing there, I don't care what anyone says, that's an awesome little feature. That's awesome. Just a nice car. So yeah, I might take the wrap off. I don't get it wrong, I like it. You can see the slight colour difference because the front bumper's been re-wrapped again. Obviously stone chips. The old owner had that wrapped again, but obviously there's a slight colour difference, so it's a bit annoying to me. I might have it re-wrapped Porsche acid green. That's what's playing on my mind right now, whether I do that. Or just take it off and leave it white for a bit and then have that done later, or I don't know what the options are. I've never owned a car that's been wrapped or thought about wrapping a car. But yeah, she's nice. She sounds alright, but there is a blow from about midway, about here-ish. Obviously someone's had a aftermarket exhaust cap back, and when they put the standard one back on, they haven't done it properly. So I have mentioned this. I think I might fog out the backlights, get the backlights a bit fogged out. See all these this. Get rid of them front, these ones at the back and the ones at the front, and get LED lights so they haven't basically detango with them. Put an exhaust on it, obviously induction kit, stage 1. Just, you know, keep it at that, because it will spin as it is. Got these, they need going, because I've got green car, black wheels, obviously filthy right now, and blue centre caps. They need going. Don't have any dust caps. Well, yeah, these back tyres are these freaking Hankook, whatever they're called. Ventus V12 Evo 2. Bloody hell. On the fronts, Michelin's. I'll do, won't it? Where does it say? Oh, there you go. Pilot Sport 4S. So yeah, let's actually try and keep this one, because obviously that Golf got stolen and that was over a year ago, and I haven't really been doing videos just with the Mini. The Mini is currently out of MOT and it needs a lot doing, and I've just started my own business and I've got a baby, so I'll get to that when I get to that, let's be honest. I'll get to that when I get to that. But fun car, still got the Merc, obviously family car. This is a good family car ish, not as good as the Merc, but it'll do. Yeah, we'll see where this journey goes. Please like and subscribe. Obviously like if you like the video, I'm not one of them, but please subscribe and leave a comment if you've got any ideas what you want me to do with this car, because it's a Focus ST. You can properly play with them. On the button. So one thing that I think's a bit gonna get copyright strike now. One thing One thing that I'm not impressed with is the lack of a sport mode. So you've got, let me change it round. Here, you've got traction control. If you press that, on the dash it comes up, traction control off. Let that load, and then it comes sport mode. So, the only bit of sport mode I've seen on this is the traction control. There's no change to steering. Obviously there's no change to dampers like there is in the VAGs. There's no change to power or sound or anything like that. That's a bit, come on forward. It's a 2017 car, man, come on. My Cupra 280, which was a 2015, did all that. Ugh. Makes you wonder why these cars, this at 70 whatever it is, 1,000 mile, is on 10 grand, and the Cupra is still 15 plus in this spec and mileage. Black roof lining, obviously, just nice. I know this is very picky, but this button here to fold in the mirrors is the cheapest way of doing it I've ever seen. Turn that back on, traction control. So yeah, that's why I like these. Look at them. You've got your oil temperature up there, oil pressure. Obviously the boost isn't going to go up because I'm not actually driving, but if I put it in gear, it's not really going to do it, is it? Let's be honest, because I'm not in the kind of road conditions to do this. Like, subscribe, comment what you want me to do with the car, and let's actually do something with this freaking YouTube channel for once, because every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go for YouTube, something else happens in my life, and I need to just go for it now. I need to just go for it. Other than that, yeah, let's just go for it and see what happens. Right, let's go for a drive. Oh, I'm actually in a Ford with a reverse camera. Oh, I can use it. Oh, we got jacket rustling. If it rustles, I apologise. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully that's better. Right. I currently am in a Mark III facelift, or Mark 3.5, or however they class it. Ford Focus ST3 250 petrol, because you can get these in diesel as well. It's an ST3, so I think that's top spec. We have the full leather Recaros, which are bloody nice, heated. Reverse camera, auto lights, keyless entry, you know, that stuff. I am gonna apologise to all Ford fans right now. I'm typically a VAG person, so I'm going to compare this. I ain't going to be able to help the fact I'm going to do this, but it's just going to have to happen. I'm going to have to compare this to the VAGs I've had in the past, which include a Mark 6 Golf GTI and a Mark 3 Leon Cupra 280 manual and a Mark 2 Seat Leon Cupra 240. And they were just epic cars, every single one of them. Obviously I did have the grey Mark 6 GTI last. That unfortunately got stolen. Big story with that one, but anyone that wants to use Hastings, not Hastings, sorry, I completely apologise, it's not Hastings. Anyone that wants to use Admiral insurance, be cautious. So, what do I think of this Focus ST3? It's a good looker. The seats are, I'm not being funny, I know they're Recaro, but Ford always do really good seats. And the driving of the car, the feel of the car is absolutely phenomenal. It's not, obviously, it's not the fastest thing in the world, because it's completely standard right now, apart from the matte green, army green wrap, which I bought it like that, and it's white underneath. So I'm just undecided what I want to do with that. This car has been modified. It has been modified, and someone has quickly and cheaply put it back to standard before Part-Xing it or whatever, because I got this from a dealer. So we have a slight blow on the exhaust right underneath my ass, where they've obviously had a catback system and cut the exhaust to fit the catback system, like most often you do, and they've just put one of them crappy little, stupid little 10 flanges on to put the original exhaust back on. The exhaust tip, as you saw in the startup of the video, is Audi S3, nice. Is just black. I have no idea what's going on with that. It's never been cleaned or polished in its life. The car has currently done 75,680 miles. I've had to secure the intake pipe and the airbox properly, because they weren't even in the rubber bungs. So it's obviously had an induction kit at one point of its life. What else? It's probably been mapped and put back to standard. Yet to find that out, yet to have it plugged in properly and gone through the history of the vehicle. But no, it's just, I love the car to drive. The seats are very bulky, so the space in the back's a bit... There's cars worse, but there's also cars better. The seating position is absolutely lovely. The changing gears in this, the throw of it is lovely. The actual action of the gearbox is gorgeous. The clutch feels lovely. The steering is better than a VAG, because say my Cupra 280 that had comfort, sport and coupe mode. You put it in comfort, the steering was all, because they're electric, aren't they? The steering was all floppy and comfortable, but not what you want from a hot hatch. You put it in sport, it got a bit stiffer, a bit more direct. And you put it in coupe mode and it got really heavy. Sporty, very nice, but because it's electric, you don't really tend to feel much, to be honest with you, which is a downside to all vehicles with electric steering. This, I'm not sure if it's electric or electric. I know the Mark II Focus was hydroelectric, so it was an electric pump operating a normal hydraulic rack pinion steering, but I'm not sure this one. The common problems with these tend to be head gaskets. Oh, you let me out. Bloody hell, what a man. What a man. Thank you. To be honest with you, I've spoken to a couple of specialists that deal with these. As long as you don't rag them when they're cold, you let the oil pressure drop and the oil temperature rise, and, you know, just drive them normally for a bit until they've warmed up, and then you can give them a thrash. Like this right now, the coolant's up to temperature, but the oil pressure's only just started rising. So I'm not even going to give it a blast yet. Which is how you should treat any car, really. Let everything get to temperature before giving it death. That's all you're going to do by giving it death cold, is you're going to put extra stress on anything. And remember, the oil's going to be cold, so it's thicker, so the pressure's going to be higher. That's how things go. It's just, you can have a bit of a play, but I don't really tend to take it over, or just put my foot down and I haven't taken it over 3,000 RPM yet, or not even put my foot down. So it's rattling, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's my microphone adapter for the phone. Yes, I'm still using my phone to record these. Soon. The one thing I have noticed is the boost activation. When boost hits on these EcoBoosts, it's very strange. It's very variable with your, I think it's a throttle position. So right now, if I put it down to half, the boost kicked in and it's died off, and put my foot down. There you go, it's just boosts up. Whereas like bags, especially, I don't know what it's going to be like when it's mapped, but I know like your bags and all that, they boost and hit hard. So you can have your foot like this now, about 25% throttle, and like right now it's not boosting at all, but a bag would. So that's a bit of a change for me. The cabin noise, it's not very noisy, but I've got Hankook tyres on the back. Michelin's on the front and Hankook tyres on the back. And I have had Hankooks before, and they are bloody awful and noisy. So I think the PS4S is on the front, that come with the car, and Hankook, whatever the heck the sporty Hankooks are at the back, which I'm not a fan of at all. But no, it's nice. I've got a diesel Fiesta up my arse and I'm doing 62 in the 60. Nice. Fords. But no, I'm liking it. It's a nice car. It's different. So you think like a Ford Focus ST and a Golf GTI and a Seat Leon Coupe. Obviously the Seat Leon Coupe and the Golf GTI are the same car. But this Ford compared to the Vags is very different. Like the build quality in areas, like the seats are much better than, not so much the Golf GTRs because that had the uprated Recaros as well. These are a lot more huggy than they were, but they're definitely better than the Cupra seats. The driving position is standard for a hatchback. I like the dial setout. The dial setout's quite nice. The positioning of the cruise control on the steering wheel is a bit annoying. You have to move. It's like if you're in a position, you have to move your hand to it, which is a bit meh. But yeah, it's a nice car. It drives well. It goes around corners very well. It's fun. It's not the fastest thing in the world. It's very good on fuel, which I was surprised about, because I was very surprised at my Cupra how good that was on fuel. The Mark 6 GTI, not so much. But the Cupra, even when it was mapped up to 400 horsepower, you can put it in comfort mode and go down the motorway and get nearly 50 mpg. It was brilliant. Whereas at this drive right now, I'm averaging 32 mpg. That's good. 2 litre turbo, 250 horse. That's good. The gear ratios are a lot different to a VAG. They're a lot shorter. On a VAG, say at 60 mile an hour, I'm doing 2,500 RPM in sixth. Whereas all my VAGs I've ever had, you're just trickling over 2. And you have to change gear in first a lot sooner than you would in a VAG. But again, it's just different cars, different things, whatever you prefer. I like this. This is nice. The interior's lovely. I love how it's got, well, it's a 66 plate, so, but it's got a manual handbrake. The cup holders are a lot better than any VAG, because the cup holders in VAGs are diabolical. The steering wheel is lovely and cushioned leather, whereas VAGs are just like a hard boom leather. Feel nice, but this is just a bit nicer. It's perforated where your hands go. It's a nice car. I like it. Black roof lining. It's just a nice car.